All right, everybody. Rick Dollar, Tony Dean, netradiodogs.com, and we are live tonight with a man that needs no introduction. But I guess we better, because you'll never guess who he is. We've got Mr. Nathan Stanley with us on the line tonight, the grandson of the legendary bluegrass artist Ralph Stanley. And I think Nathan is going to grab that torch one of these days and take right off with it, because of everything that we're hearing about this young man is just unreal. He has a great following. I think he's taken a lot from his grandfather as far as how to handle himself in the business. And we'll let Nathan tell us all about that. Nathan, are you there, buddy?
Yes, sir, I'm here, and thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate you a whole lot. Things have been going pretty well for you so far. I see you're playing a lot of festivals this year, things of that nature. Can you give us an idea of where you've been and what you've done so far this summer?
Yeah, things have been going really good this year. Thank the good Lord above, and thank the fans. We've been very busy, and we play a lot of concert halls and theaters, and several music festivals. But here in just the last little while, we were in Ontario, California, and
right.
did a big festival out there. And then while I was out there, I had the great privilege of appearing on Good Day LA, which is on Fox TV out there in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great highlight for me. And then we flew straight from Los Angeles, California to Indiana, and we played in Bean Blossom, Indiana. And then went straight from there to Chillicothe, Ohio. And then we just got back, actually, last night. We was in West Plains, Missouri, and Burlington, North Carolina.
My goodness. Have you ever figured out how many airline miles you got there?
No, I haven't. And but on this past trip, we took our bus. We have a tour bus that we take all the time, except if we fly out to California or some West Coast state.
Right.
If we only have one show to go, we
exactly.
can fly. But anytime we can, we take our tour bus, because it makes it a lot easier on us.
I can imagine. I can only imagine. Well, things have been going pretty well for you for quite a while. I know that you've had a measured amount of success, and only you really know how much that is. But, from what the rest of the country's seeing, you've had a huge amount. And how has that changed your life from, coming from around in the Clintwood area and having to, go to Ontario, California? I mean, it's got to be a little bit of a culture shock, but, how has that affected life and your music?
Well, I started out traveling with my papa, Dr. Ralph Stanley, when I was 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be 23 in August this year. And
my goodness.
I pretty much spent my whole life traveling on the road and performing. And so, honestly, that's all I've ever known. That's all I've ever known what to do and how to do. And I can't imagine doing anything else. And I thank the good Lord for giving me his blessing and his favor to be able to do that. And but the success I've had, I just give all praise and glory to God for it, because it's his blessing and his favor that, is what brings all this stuff to us. And
exactly.
I can't take credit for any of it. I just thank God for it. And but I love traveling. I love seeing the different part of the country, and I've had the pleasure of performing in every state except Hawaii.
Wow.
It's definitely on my list to do something.
That's it. Mine too. Can I go? I mean, I'll carry your stuff for whatever we need to do, man.
Good.
Just go.
We'll go have a good time.
Yeah, we will.
But I always love to come back home to Dixon County because it's home and it's in these mountains and it don't make any difference who. Rephrase that. It don't make any difference how, much success a person gets or how much success, comes your way. It's just you get to come back home, and
that's
the
right.
most important thing. And another important thing is don't let the success change you as a person either, because so many people do that. So many people let success and stardom go to their head.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not good. You know, I've been brought up and raised to always be yourself, no matter what happens. And if you do that, you'll go far. Because everybody is equal, and you know, just some people are fortunate and blessed to be able to do what they love to do as far as making a living at it, which is making music. And now I'm not saying it's a bed of roses all the time, because the behind the scenes work is what the folks don't see, and
right.
that's what is less talked about. You know, so that sometimes gets very rough on us, but you know, it's worth every time of it and every bit of it, because it just makes us stronger and keeps me thriving to want to become better at what I do. And you know, I have no limit on what I want to do. I want to go as far as the good Lord take me. And
exactly.
So
how many records have you sold? Do you know for sure?
Probably around 80,000 so far.
Right. Well, that's nothing to sneeze at. Let me tell you. I mean,
no,
you got guys out there that are working their tail off every night of the week, you know, and still selling their stuff out of the trunk of the car. And
you know, so
you know, and
it's
that's
really a blessing. And I've only got eight albums out, and you know, and honestly, for bluegrass music, what the industry considers a great sale for a bluegrass record, your ordinary bluegrass record, is 5,000 copies a year. And
well,
so
you're kind of ahead of the curve, then, that's for sure, no doubt about that.
You know, and I'm just very thankful and very fortunate, because you know, it's just a great blessing.
It is, that's for sure. Now, I had the honor of listening to your newest record, and there's some really, really, really good songs on here. I mean, I can tell. I don't know where you do most of your writing, but I would say you do a lot of it where you're from.
Absolutely. Okay. Honestly, I don't consider myself a songwriter. I wrote a few songs, and all of them have been gospel songs, except the one on this new record, which is "Papa, I Love You." Right.
That's what I was going to ask you about.
And honestly, how that came up is the band and I, we were in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, one night after a show, and we were going back to the hotel, and we were talking about putting this album together and what songs, and you know, I was asking them for their input and ideas, and I said, guys, I need to write a song on here for my papa, because you know, a lot of folks may know this and may not know this, but my papa, Dr. Ralph, has been the only father figure I have ever known.
Right.
And he and my mama has raised me up. I came straight from the hospital to this house, you know.
Wow.
And so he's very, very special to me. And so I wanted to show the music industry and the fans by song to let them know how much I do love and respect this man who is an icon in this industry, not just bluegrass, but all genres, because his impact reaches way beyond the bluegrass boundaries. It goes
you're right.
And pop and country music. But, you know, I just I can't thank him enough for giving me the start, because, you know, I would stand beside my papa on stage, and he used to call me his shadow. And every time that he would make a move, I would make a move. So he couldn't get away from me, even if he tried to, because I wanted to be right where he was. And so the song "Papa, I Love You" really just tells the story, and it means so much to me. And I remember the first time that I ever got to sing that in front of him. I had a show at the J.D. Baker Center in Clintwood, Virginia, over in Dixon County, which I'll be playing there again on September the 26th of this year. And my papa will come to the concert just as a fan to listen. He sit out in the audience.
Wow.
And we had a sold out crowd. There's about 400 people there. And I started in the "Papa, I Love You," and I looked down at him, and all these memories just started going through my mind, and I just broke down crying right there on stage in front of everybody. Well, before you know it, everybody in the audience was crying. And,
oh my gosh!
And then the band had to take extra long, fiddle breaks or guitar breaks to keep the song going until I could get myself back in shape to sing it, because it is such a personal song.
Oh yeah.
Not only does it touch me, but other people around the world who has a special relationship with their grandparents or may have had one. It touches them too, because I get so many people that comes up to me and say, I have a very close relationship with my grandfather too, and I know exactly where you're coming from, and it touches my heart, and so that makes me very, very happy.
Yeah, that's personally, on a personal note. Oh, I raised my grandson too, and
yeah.
I let him listen to the song. Yeah, I let him listen to the song the other night, and he's like, "Wow, Papa, that's a cool song."
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, he's a good kid. Tony's a big fan too. Of you and your grandfather, and he had been talking to me a lot about getting to talk to you, and we were just really fortunate to be able to do this. But
I think I first got to see you on stage, Nathan, when you were 8 years old or something like that, maybe at Dollywood.
Yeah.
Wow. And I knew then that you were going to be a big star, no doubt.
Well, I really appreciate that. I'm just almost 23 years old, but I've got a lot of miles under me, I guess, and I've been a lot of places, and a lot of people has called me, an old soul, and I guess I am, because I kind of think more advanced than most people do my age.
Right.
Because when it comes to my business, it's business, and that's one thing that my grandfather, I think I inherited from him, because he's always had a great business mind, and that's 50 or 60% of this job, because it's actually more than that. But you're going to have the right business mind, and you also have to be the entertainer.
Yeah.
So you have to let it both flow out in order to please the crowd, wherever you may be. You've got to know how to work the crowd, because you don't play to the same crowd every night. You've got to know how to get them in your hand, and once you do that, then they're all yours, and you can take the show anywhere you want to go with it. And so that's a couple things that I'm thankful for that I've inherited with my grandfather, because we want to make the fans know that we, if we meet them for the first time, though it seems like we've known them for years. Because
that's right.
Without the fans, we couldn't do this, and
exactly.
We just thank them so much, and we love our fans. It's just no question about it.
Right. That's right. I agree with you. First time I think I actually saw Dr. Ralph play live was in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I remember walking about 3/4 away up the street and then not being able to go any further because there was 5,000-6,000 people standing there.
Yeah.
And it was just a huge party. They loved what was happening, and he was having a ball too.
Yeah.
And I think I see a lot of that in you, and just what I've seen from I've watched some of your performances, and that's the way to go. If like you're saying, if you're doing what you need to do, and you're feeling good about what you're doing, it shows in your performance. And
it really does.
And you got that from him. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about that.
If you can't have fun at it, you might as well quit.
Yeah, that's it.
So you got to have fun at what you're doing and love what you're doing.
That's exactly correct. I tell you what. What's in the future for you? I mean, I know you do some TV work, and
I do. I have my own television show that airs on Living Faith Television, or WLFG they call it.
Right.
And it currently has around 2 million viewers each week.
Wow.
It airs every Saturday night at 7:30 Eastern Time, and it's a ministry program that I have. It's a half an hour ministry program. We talk about faith and the Lord, and we also sing songs. We announce several upcoming concerts that we have, coming up, and within North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia. But it's seen all over the world, via internet. And
that's amazing.
So we have that. Me and my papa actually have got a brand new gospel CD that's just been out just for about a couple of weeks now, called Gospel Favorites. And that's just been released, and we're fixing to go back into the studio, me and my band, and record another new project, because we always want to, try to keep fresh music out there for the fans to hear. And I've got some acting on my mind, and we've reached out to some people who are very interested in, me doing, making some, maybe some inspirational films and things like that. So I'm
right.
I got a very busy mind, I guess.
Yes, you do.
Thinking of what I can do next, but I was so fortunate last year that my previous gospel album, which was titled Every Mile, garnered me my first Dove Award for Best Bluegrass Album of the Year, and that was also my first nomination for a Dove. And so I was so shocked and so honored that they voted my album the Bluegrass Album of the Year. So, God's just been good to me. I'm so thankful. I'm so fortunate. The fans are great to me, and we're just trying our best to keep, the old traditional style of bluegrass and gospel music going, and pleasing the fans with it. We're trying to everywhere we go. I have a couple concerts coming up that I'm very looking forward to. We're having my 23rd birthday celebration in Marion, Virginia, in Virginia, at the Lincoln Theater, and that's going to be on Saturday, August the 15th. And the Quincy Mountain Boys will be there. My grandfather, Dr. Ralph Stanley, will be there, and also country music legend T. Graham Brown will be there.
Wow!
So that's coming up Saturday.
And you'll be great. You'll be up there in the neck of the woods where Tony's at. Tony's up in Marion, Virginia.
Yeah, we will. So that's coming up Saturday, August the 15th in Marion, Virginia, at the Lincoln Theater.
Wow!
And then also we're going to be over here doing our annual homecoming show at the J.D. Baker Center in Clintwood, Virginia, Main Street there, just right down the street from the Ralph Stanley Museum in Dixon County.
Right.
And so that's kind of our local couple shows coming up in the next few months, and that's going to be September 26th in Clintwood and August the 15th in Marion. And so we're just having a ball, and we want to invite everybody to come out and see us.
Sure. Now, as far as these movies that they're wanting you to do, you need to keep us, keep us abreast of what's happening with those, because that could be a big deal for you. I mean, a huge deal. You could reach a lot more people than you're reaching now. Not that it's anything to sneeze at. You're reaching a ton of people, but you could reach a lot of people for a lot of years.
Absolutely, and I will.
It's a great opportunity.
We're kind of now in the first stages of it, but it looks like it's moving pretty fast, and we're really praying about it. And like I said, it will be inspirational films. Nothing, like you see nowadays that's kind of vulgar or has dirty language in it. I don't want to participate in something like that.
There you go.
That's just not me, and that's just not me. And if I'm not comfortable doing something, then I won't do it.
There you go.
But I will. We'll keep you updated, and we'll just pray that everything follows through the way we plan.
Well, I think it will. I think you've had, like you said, a measured success, and things just keep going straight up the hill for you there. I'm just honored to have gotten to speak with you this evening, and for you to. Yeah, well, we've tried to get it all lined out for a little bit, but we're glad to hear that everything's going well. And the good thing is you'll be right in our neck of the woods up in Marion, Virginia, and we may accidentally show up. You never know.
We'll definitely try to show up.
That's going to be my birthday is actually on Sunday, August the 16th, but we're having the concert that night on Saturday, August 15th, at Lincoln Theater.
Right.
And we're going to have a big time, a lot of surprises. Of course, I'll be singing. My grandfather, Dr. Ralph, will be there, and T. Graham Brown, Quincy Mountain Boys, a whole bunch of others. So
we interviewed another fella earlier this year. His name's Corbin Haskett.
Yeah.
He said he knew you. He was pretty proud to say that to me. And
Corbin.
I can only imagine what it would be to have you two on the stage together. My goodness gracious.
Corbin is a wonderful guy and a wonderful tango pitcher, and he can play about anything, I reckon. And
yes, he can.
I actually had him to come out and play with me in Quintwood, Virginia, at the J.D. Baker Center either a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And he did a wonderful job, and I'm very, very proud of our friendship that we have. We don't get to see each other a whole lot or speak a whole lot, but when we do, it's always great to see him.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me. He said you guys were pretty tight when you actually got a chance to sit down and talk to each other. So
absolutely.
But yeah, we were really honored to talk to Corbin, and hopefully in the future we can talk to both of you guys a little more often.
Absolutely.
But Nathan, Marion, Virginia, they definitely, we all love you here. You know, you've been here many times, and you know, I know that you're going to probably pack the house when you come. So,
well,
definitely
I love
glad
you all too, and you know, Marion ain't too far from our home, just 2.5 hours, something like that. So it's not a bad drive, and we always look forward to performing for the folks in there. And we all have a great time, great turnout, and the people are so wonderful.
Right, that's it. Well, Nathan, we've really appreciated you sitting down and talking to us today. You've got some good projects coming up in the future. Sounds to me like you're going to be a very busy man for a long time. So
yeah, I sure hope and pray to be, because
I think you will.
I can't imagine not being busy.
I'm telling you, I don't think you got to worry about that.
Well, I appreciate it, and it's been a pleasure speaking with you two guys, and I hope we can do it again soon.
Oh yeah, no problem. Tony, you have any more questions for Nathan?
No, I just appreciate it, Nathan. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll keep following you, and hopefully we can do something live and in person with you sometime down the road here, a year or two from now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, however we can do it.
Follow your career.
All right.
Well, God bless both of you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you.
For Tony Dean, it's Rick Dollar and Net Radio Dogs. We're out of here.